now, I would say that 13-5%, yeah, that looks like some serious trouble to me.
Well, and beyond that, again, you know, one of the big reasons that I think a lot of people were attributing success to Moon Raccoons was on the backhand of Sean Sova. He's been picked up by Gen G, and replacing him is Profi, who is obviously very experienced in his own right, but he's been doing very well in this series specifically. He's been top fragging for his squad overall through the first 2 maps. So what can he do to try to get Moon Raccoons qualified for the closed qualifier and send 100 Thieves home? It's going to be bind, and Moon Raccoons will be set up for their offense first.
Here we go. This one's going to get really interesting. Did take a big look at 100 Thieves yesterday. Of course, they were on the mainstream. They looked decent overall, but they did not get to play against a team of the caliber of Moon Raccoons. FIEND on his very signature. Reyna coming on through. It's going to be Rebo onto steal first.
Yeah, aggressive push through defensively. That was a double hit effort, but Moon Raccoons were happy with first blood. They back away and allowed Dicey to essentially sit inside the teleporter. Information for Profi is he's going to see Asuna sitting on top of the site. Just a little bit of a head peek from him. And look at this, Moon Raccoons, they're going to set up a recon bolt, and they're going to likely just execute behind this, pending on the information they find, of which they actually don't find any. And so with that, they say, okay, hold on a second. We've got 60 seconds to 5v4. Let's make sure we win this pistol.
And Dicey potentially has a 1v1 versus Rebo as well, just tight. Waiting for his moment to strike here. Still waiting inside the teleporter. Rebo on the other end of that one. Moon Raccoon still trying to make their way across to B, leading that direction. 100 Thieves are going to pull 2 members off. That's going to be Asuna and also Hiko now moving over towards A. It's Nitro by himself. He's certainly a veteran, but can he get it done? Dicey onto Rebo, and now I think Moon Raccoon's going to start making some moves.
Oh, they're going to try to flash through and isolate the kill into Dicey. That will do well, but this is a bait. Moon Raccoons still have the spike over. Okay, never mind. Now they're going to fully commit through. I was about to say, they would have had the opportunity maybe still full wrap over. Time is still going to be okay, but now Asuna and Hiko trying to defend. The Killjoy sentry turret dealt with. Asuna, though, will find one, immediately traded. Hiko, do you have the bounce passes here on the temperature with the shock darts? Yes, you do.
Wow.
2v2 now the situation. They know that there is a player popping to the backside. That's Nitro. He'll be dealt with. So now a 1v2. Hiko would need to find the last 3 total kills, and he knows that there are players sitting outside showers. Clear will come through. He tries to hug the corners close to it, but FIEND, he'll find the elimination. Moon Raccoon strike first.
And ALEKSANDAR getting that kill to Nitro is so clutch as well, because Nitro had smokes available. It's Omen. The smokes will refresh in time. There's no way that Hiko can really win that 1v2 unless he finds an isolation kill very quickly. The lair comes through. He has to dodge left and right, duck and weave against that one, and just can't quite connect the shots. If there was a smoke available and a smoke landing towards showers, Hiko can start going for the defuse. He can tap the spike itself. He can force the engagement, force some Raccoons to come towards him, but ends up being a very clutch kill coming on in, and the gamble, by the way, for Moon Raccoons to TP over. The reason I said no time is there's no time to go back towards B, so they must commit to A, must commit into 2 players, and steal. Lucky to be alive.
Extremely lucky to be alive, just down to 32 HP. 100 Thieves going with a 3-man stack over towards A defensively. Part of it is actually a 4th. It was the Jett of Dicey who was stacked on top of Hiko, so this is going to pay off pending that Moon Raccoons actually commit, of which they're not really decided on it as of yet. Still searching for information, and with at least the damage confirmed under the Killjoy, you are going to likely feel pretty favorable to maybe swing this back over to B.
Profi's going to make the long trip around to get the spike over. And because we look at Steel's HP being so low, he's a Sheriff player, by the way. He's one of the few players that actually upgraded. 2 Ghost, 1 Sheriff, 2 Classics here, and the only member on B. 100 Thieves have Gamble stacked over towards A, and it will not pay off for them. The utility coming on through, and now 100 Thieves have to make moves.
Defensively, pretty slow in the rotation, but 3 members over towards the teleporter. Maybe to just insinuate that they're going to teleport behind it to Hookah. 2 members from Moon Raccoons would be there to contest it. Pending, that is the play. Spike will now come down. There's 1 and 2 players coming to the teleporter. The flash coming through, but actually Dicey's able to do well to find 1 kill. 4v4 we go. A lot of low health pools across both teams. The 3v3 now all of a sudden. Alec has to stay alive. Unfortunately, Temperature finds a kill into Steel. With just 5 HP, he'll back away. Temperature sitting very defensively through the defender side at spawn. We'll just make sure that this hit is going to be delayed. And even though a couple of weapons are picked up, this is still a 2v2. And it's still going to be hard pressed to get on in. And as Temperature and Alexander read the hit correctly, they double up, find the crossfire, and win the second round.
Really risky moments there for both teams. You saw how low I believe ALEKSANDAR was on 1 HP there. Nitro doesn't have a lot of HP either. And Nitro ends up being one of the players that picks up a Spectre off the floor. Speaking of picking up, it's a third round rush for Dicey on the Operator. Don't see it that often anymore in terms of picking up on third rounds. You would have seen this before the Operator nerf. Plenty times Jetts will have an Operator by 3. Now, most likely, you'd be lucky to get it by 4. So, Dicey, what are we going to see here? Is the mini 10s, 100 Thieves going to pull through with one of their top performing players? Let's see if someone walks on the sidelines early.
Well, you would hope so. I mean, again, Dicey has not had the greatest of series. Again, we did miss the first 2 maps, but the statistics have not shown him really playing all too hot through the first handful. In total, for the first 2 maps, he's minus 12 from his kills to deaths. So definitely needs to get things going if 100 Thieves wants to have a chance to make sure that they can punch their ticket home, which I think a lot of people just by name recognition alone would expect. But again, you can't sleep on this Moon Raccoons team. They've proved themselves over the last month, really now. And they're positioned for a spot to execute over to A behind the run it back. Nice opening first blood for Alexander. He'll commit through the Nano Swarm. Likely be able to deal as well with a Sentry Turret. Nitro, can you find a double? No, he cannot. Dicey now responding over towards Heaven, realizing that a teleport maybe came through that dark cover that was placed, and with that, that'll allow for a pretty free plant of this fight.
This is going to be tough situations for 100T to deal with now. They have Operator plus 2 rifles on this retake. Time is running out. Profi has control into lamps with a Judge as well. Don't really want to be face checking that one anytime soon. 100T need more utility. They have not enough smokes here to get 1 kill very quickly. That's a second and a third. This is falling apart very quickly. FIEND will take one back. But FIEND, can you do enough? It's 1v1.
1v1. Spike was trying to be defused. Oh, not enough ammunition. It's going to reset everything. And Asuna, he's going to hold on to the Spike defuse. A catastrophic mistake for FIEND, trusting the last 3 shots of the Phantom. Almost able to lock down a 1v3, but the retake for 100 Thieves will come out successful.
And it's not even the ammo, though. That's just cherry on top of the fact that he missed the 3 shots. He only had a few bullets remaining, and you had a situation that was a free kill. Asuna crouched down, looking towards the Spike, not even looking at FIEND. That is the freest headshot FIEND is ever going to find on a stationary player that is just not doing anything. How does FIEND miss that, then doesn't have the ammo, doesn't re-challenge in time, and it is a total disaster.
Really tough off of what looked to be a pretty solid take for Moon Raccoons initially. 100 Thieves on the retake, just a touch better. Nitro, oh boy, he's got all 5 members stacked up. There's going to be number 1. Can he find a second and a third? Almost gets 4 and 5, but Steel is there to pick up where he left off. It's just down to FIEND for another 1v multiple situation. This time it's 1v4. And the Spike is down inside A mid, and at this point, stuck in lamps. You're just hoping you can find a couple of kills.
This time with full ammunition, but unfortunately way less of a chance. It really isn't going to be possible here. Will swing through, gets one, dismisses away by 12 HP now. Versus a bunch of ultimates, bunch of players that know where he is. Util could even clean this one up. Asuna, if he's got anything left to throw in there, could certainly do so. FIEND can use Empress, but I don't think he will. TP's in, but Hiko's waiting on the other end.
If he gets an overheal instead of a dismiss, maybe the Empress is the play, but Hiko now down low. Okay, now all of a sudden, there's the healing off of Hiko's headshot. So now a 1v2 for FIEND.
Empress.
Do you pop this Empress here?
Yes.
I agree with you, Avril. This is the must-needed time in a 1v2 situation. Steel coming from the side of Hookah, whereas you're going to get Asuna coming from the backside of Defender spawn. He's not committing for it, not as of yet. He's going to hear footsteps to his right and gunshots, but is more weary of the battle coming from the backside. Going to get the headshot. There it is. Now for the dismiss. Gets the read onto where Steel is. He wants to spam through. He's going to get the 1v4 if he can find one more connection.
My God.
FIEND. Right-click classic. No Empress needed. Moon Raccoons up 3-1.
I cannot believe what I just saw. A 1v4, a genuine 1v4 that is completely won by FIEND. You looked at what Moon Raccoons just did there in spawn. They are bowing down to the man himself. FIEND has been outperforming 100T. If Moon Raccoons win this series, it's off of FIEND for sure. You give the MVP for him straight up. You look at the stats even on the other maps. He's got like a 10-to-5 ratio for like how many first kills to first deaths versus Asuna's 4-to-4, or rather Dicey's 4-to-4. It's an insane advantage. I cannot believe he just won that 1v4.
He should have had a 1v3 the round before it. I mean,
yeah.
This is, oh boy. Okay, so this is what 100 Thieves has been dealing with all match apparently. A lot of ultimates available for 100T going into this next round, which you need to find a way to regain quickly. Stinger in hand for Asuna. Hunter's Fury trying to come through to clear out Hookah. Damage was tagged onto one player, but Asuna is still able to find one kill and stay alive is actually pretty valuable for 100T's defensive effort.
So that's going to be no Empress this round either. Dicey, excellent connection onto Temperature, makes it a 4v3, still ultimate advantage for 100T. Spike and control though, that's important. Profi has it in his hands, but they have to try and isolate kills here. 2 on each side. Standard defaults here for 100T as well, because they're not overcommitting to one side or the other. He'll see something, but the equipment value is still not that high. They need to find an opportunity for 100 Thieves to get a kill, and there it is.
Beautiful pick. Just grabs the information on Rebo before the cyber cage gets fully affected. So now 2v4 situation.
30 seconds
nice
left.
curveball coming through. Still able to avoid most of the status effect. Nitro up top for 1, but it's going to be Profi for the instant trade. 1v2 situation. How many more magic tricks do Moon Raccoons have? It's going to be a wrap back over to B, but the defense had not fully rotated out yet. So for 100 Thieves, you can absolutely still contest this before the spike gets planted. And with the shot from Hiko, nice ghost shot up top, we'll find the kill and Moon Raccoons will fall.
Hiko not going to let that one slip, no way. We saw what happened on B before. That was courtesy of FIEND over here, but this time around, it is going to be Hiko just closing the door on that one. Not going to let another round slip. This is going to be a little bit more competitive. Obviously, we're still into early rounds here. It is a 3-2 situation here. Let's not get overly excited. FIEND died super early there, so kind of got punished. I think if we got to a late game scenario where it's 1v2 again, FIEND's alive, I just give that one to FIEND. At that point, you just have to give it to him. It's no way he loses a 1v2 when he's already clutched up, or nearly clutched up twice in a row.
Going into round 6, somehow 100 Thieves is still in this game. It doesn't feel like they should be, considering the magic that we've seen from Moon Raccoons thus far, but still keeping it close. A lot of ultimates for both sides. Could be a very explosive round. Moon Raccoons going to use the Aldrin to scout out from Showers over to A. The spike lingering mid-map, and they're actually going to get a little bit of information that no one's really in the front side over towards Lance, but Nitro for 1. Steal up top and more blind shots for him to connect. Clutch for 100 Thieves, now up 4-3.
Showstopper committed into this one as well. Should be closing the door fairly soon. One around the corner. FIEND will go down. Rebo as well to follow. Temperature will do no more in this particular round. So they're 3-3 committed. 100 Thieves will bring it back fairly quickly after much fanfare in the earlier rounds. 100 Thieves just calming the nerves down a little bit here. Nerves of everyone else, not them. Obviously, they got the big pros, the big veterans on their squad. A couple of rookies in there between Asuna and Dicey as well. But Asuna's definitely putting up the numbers so far in this particular half, as the next one should be fairly bloody. We're back into a gun round, and we're back into a situation where there are 7 ultimates on the board. 4 for Moon Raccoons and 3 for 100 Thieves.
Full ARs coming through, though. Bulldog will be held. And for Moon Raccoons, my goodness, have things slowed down for them here. Not contesting through Showers. Still a lot of energy thrown over towards the middle of the map. Asuna has done well to really respond to it. And as he realizes that his Boombot's not going to find the value he was hoping for, Alec is trying to make his way forward with the run it back. Hiko, though, he's able to get a lot of value damage-wise off the Hunter's Fury. And beyond that, it actually stalls the push for Moon Raccoons. That's the run it back completely spent out. No chance to engage with it now.
2 Owl drones crossing each other in the middle of the night there as well. We're now double backing. Moon Raccoons exiting the scenario. Profi's going to maybe start, just lurk a little bit over towards the B site, grab a little bit of attention. Shock darts being thrown in, keeping people busy, making sure that 100T are not going to over-rotate here. 3 members still committed over towards the B. Defense recon in there as well. And now that we check, Nitro doesn't see anyone. This is where 100T will make the rotation.
Showers push coming through. Empress for FIEND. Orb also being picked up behind him. Steel just spamming. Again, he's finding a lot of damage. This time he's not going to give her a kill, but it's Nitro from the crossfire spot over towards Lamps. Dicey, 2 of his own. Empress shut down, just down to temp. 1v5, no chance, no way. 20 seconds to play, and he nearly actually gets tagged through his own dark cover once more.
Well, that's going to be it. 14 seconds, 13 HP. Remind me, Alan, really quickly.
10
Profi did
left.
teleport, right? He went from the B teleporter towards A instead of making the long rotation. Is that correct?
Pretty sure, yeah.
That will give the information over. So if that's the case there, I apologize. I was looking too hard over towards the A side of things. I didn't quite notice what Profi was doing. But yeah, if he teleports over, that gave away too much information. It allows 100 Thieves to check over as well. Nitro did use from the shadows to look over towards the octagon just to make sure there's no one else there. And obviously, you didn't see anything. So early information for 100 Thieves to know that Moon Raccoons had indeed rotated over. You saw the Nanoswarm be committed by Steel to lock everyone up into showers. They heard the Empress being played in there as well. And then, like you've said, Steel dropping damage through the smoke. Dicey then getting the kills. And 100 Thieves just lock up Moon Raccoons, who are not allowed to even enter sight onto A.
And again, somehow 100 Thieves, not just in this series, they're now up 4-3 overall. Lockdown available for 100 Thieves if they so choose to use it at any point in time. Moon Raccoons this time more stacked up towards an initial B hit. 4 players through long. You've got Profi, who's still working over through the middle of the map over towards Hookah. There are 3 members defensively here for 100 Thieves, and you can already see that Steel on the Killjoy is considering rotating his own self.
Rebo down. A little unfortunate, but that was, I was going to say, it was just a lurker. There are going to be a few trades here. 3-3 now. Lockdown's available, by the way. Steel might consider it. The hit does come on through.
Well, here comes that hit, but he's playing from on top of the site. This is all about timing right here for Steel. He's checking every single direction, and he gets timing on Alexander. Hiko able to help him out with another elimination. Spike now dropped. Profi's position been made aware, and he will have to back away as he realizes that he might be able to get 1 point of contact in the Nitro, but this is not a battle that he wants to only 34 health.
They want to take this gun away. They don't want to allow Profi to be able to save this gun. In 36 seconds, no spike control, no HP, no hope really for Moon Raccoons to recover the situation.
30 seconds left.
Best case scenario now is Profi holding onto the gun for next round. Look, if he dies, the silver lining is he will have a Hunter's Fury available for that next round right off the bat. It's not really a good trade though. You'd rather have the gun and maybe just commit over towards an orb or something like that. Could actually still steal an orb, but I think he doesn't have quite the confidence to do so. There's about 12 seconds now and the round's about to be over. So 100 Thieves
10
once
seconds
again.
left.
Very slick defense there. Hold on to their ultimates and they hold on to the round lead.
Yeah, can't blame him for playing passive, without a doubt. I mean, again, the more important thing is keeping the Vandal going into the next round. 100 Thieves building some momentum here midway through the first half. Again, they had to get through the first map in overtime, 15-13, and then got smoked on the following, 13-5, if I'm not mistaken. So the fact that they've taken the last 4 in a row, brilliant to try to keep them not just in this series, but also bring back this defensive half, which was looking really dangerous early.
Speaking of that 13-5, for people that want context there, Moon Raccoons took 9-3 on the opening defensive half of Ascent. So 9-3 start, which then went towards a 4-2 finish over towards their attacking half. So that's kind of how that one went. But moving over towards Blind in the current series now, 5-3, 2 ultimates online for both sides. Dicey sniping again. Might get a shot onto Profi if he peeks.
At least some information off the drone, not a terrible amount. And I was about to say, this is an aggressive peek for 100 Thieves through showers. They will be rewarded with a kill on first blood on the Profi. That's the Sova down, a big informational tool for Moon Raccoons so far on what has been their offensive attempt. So what do you do here? How do you get through these executes without your recon dart? You're going to have to trust just a blind peek, leers, and paranoias are going to get the job done for you.
Yeah, you got 3 flash characters here, so it's actually not the worst thing. You won't have the info, but you will have the util, but you have to use the util. FIEND doesn't care though, we'll be healing back up. Hiko for 1, possibly a second, can't confirm it. And the spike plant will come on through. 33 HP for FIEND, desperately needs to find a kill to heal up.
Bladestorm for Dicey. Asuna, nice corner. He finds FIEND's shoulder and converts through the wall onto the head. Alexander from inside the site. Rebo playing from Hookah. You're going to get Dicey initially peeking it. I think a knife connects, but it's not enough. Now he's got to run it back. Al can actually use this if he so feels the opportunity to stay safe. Rebo gets 1 kill from top side over to Hookah, and now they know where Nitro is. He takes a couple of spam shots from the defensive side at Spawn. He's got to make a committal, and he's able to respond to 1. 1v1 between him and Rebo. Dark cover going to get played out. Nitro's going to commit. Rebo looking for the spam shots, and Nitro was hoping just to hold it. A gutsy call, but Rebo punishes the Moon Raccoons. Will get the operator and just barely stay alive with it.
Who do they give it to? Okay, it is going to go in the hands of FIEND, who is their normal Jett player, by the way. He does play Jett on other maps, but is going to go for the Reyna here. So the Reyna sniping versus Dicey playing the Jett operating as well. That's going to be an interesting matchup. FIEND has to actually get a kill to dismiss away here, so it's not really even in terms of the safety that the Jett does provide. Also a bit of a different look. This is, by the way, one of the few opportunities that you can safely snipe on FIEND as well, because typically when Reyna has Empress, you want to be on the rifle. They are going to meet
Moon
up.
Raccoons, again, 4 members over towards B long. Aldrone dealt with quickly, but the knowledge of the operator play will be there. Profi hoping for a Hunter's Fury over towards B-Long and Elbow. Not going to connect with much. Maybe he was able to clip Hiko for a touch there. He's tagged up a small bit. But Moon Raccoons after that will just kind of reset things and once again put a lot of their attention over towards Hookah mid-map.
Keeping the operators alive for now. Minimal damage traded. The only person that copped any damage there was Hiko. And not much to speak of either. Now falling off from the B side of things, moving over towards A. They do have Steel, by the way, fairly pushed up over towards Shower, so might be advanced warning coming through. This is also an off angle. The only issue here is if multiple players go into Showers, which they are right now, Steel can only trade for one before he dies. So let's see if that happens.
Oh, do well to find two. He's going to get the information, but Steel again cannot lock down the shots. That's 2 rounds in a row that he's been completely snapped onto. Now to run it back. Curveball coming through. Asuna stunned, but it doesn't make a difference. He gets the kill onto Rebo, plus 1 more. Now the showstopper. That's going to go sent out towards Showers. Not going to find a kill, but Dicey's able to clear things up mid-map. And 100 Thieves off of Dicey's scope will hold things convincingly. And even in the face of Steel beefing his first gunfight, doesn't make a difference. The turnaround is incredible from Asuna.
Yeah, this is where you want to look towards the younger players for the fast reaction times. Asuna, despite being flashed up, doesn't have any issues taking down Alexander using the runner back there as well. Then Dicey coming on through for the rest of the kills. 100 Thieves are going to hold on. 6 and 4.5 means they are going to be able to at least confirm half the rounds here. They should be expected to get 7. I think 7-5 is a very reliable finish. Would require Moon Raccoons to be able to win that last round, though it is very unlikely that Moon Raccoons will win this round.
Marshall
Double
pulled out
ops,
for Alexander. Yeah, double ops you mentioned defensively. Nitro taking care of the spy cam. A couple of shots through the dark cover won't connect for much, and Moon Raccoons look like they want to really just commit to this aggressively through the middle of the map. Oh, Steel, he's going to find the first. The peek comes through, takes care of the Marshall, holding Alexander. Nitro for 2 in the corner, make it 3. Beautiful setup, and honestly, to be fair, the dark cover that was sent out over towards top side of heaven really didn't conceal as much as it needed to.
I'm going to tell you this as well. When 100 Thieves are winning on these defenses, typically they're winning in a fashion where Moon Raccoons can't even get onto site. That's not every round they win, obviously, but there are plenty of rounds here where, if you remember, Moon Raccoons just get stuck in some sort of choke, especially from Showers. Steel lockdown Showers that last time. He does so over towards the A short side of things via Heaven operating again. So where Steel has fallen short, he's definitely picked up the pieces, picked up the paces. And now the opportunity for Moon Raccoons to at least in the hard fight 7. They have to do much better here. They have to get past the operators, and then it's going to be a tall order.
Because I think that Moon Raccoons was in a position where they could have been up 5-0 if you clutch the 1v3 and then the 1v2 at the end. A little bit of weapon juggling going on, and Steel is backing up over towards Heaven, wants to make sure that a rifle is approachable to pick up if he needs it. Profi gonna find information close by. Lockdown finally to get placed, and this is early, but Moon Raccoons have mostly committed. The spike isn't in the area. Nitro, does he stick this from the shadows from behind? He sure does. Steel on the way out, able to find 1. Nitro a second, nowhere to exit. Fiend has to find a kill. He does, but he does get detained in the meantime. So for Alexander and Temp, they have to find a way to keep their teammates safe. Here comes the challenge over towards Lamps. Fiend has recovered, but his team is in a 2v3 situation with no spike and operators to deal with. Dicey for 1 more. Fiend, can you 1v3 this time? Knows there's a player up top. Shots will miss. Takes the challenge, doesn't expect Steel up close. And 100 Thieves will take the half 8-4.
And doesn't use the Empress. This time I don't blame him for not using the Empress. If he pops the Empress there, his position is revealed. But at the same time, look, I mean, it's a pretty dire situation. Very little to do there. A 1v3, we've seen him clutch up really, really intense situations, but I think that one was just a little too tough. Doesn't have the ammo either. Just 6 shots left in there. It's not going to be enough. Let's take a look at the replays now coming through. Brought to you by GoPuff, and yeah, these early rounds, very back and forth shift, but as we got towards the end of this particular half, I mean, things were very exciting, I would say, in the first 4 rounds. Nitro had a really big run here as well, obviously Fiend, with one of the best 1v4 clutches I think I've ever seen. I mean, this was just so excellently played. The fact that he doesn't use Empress, first of all, tilts me, but also impresses me at the same time. So you give some, you take away some, and you take it how it is.
Hey, if he's going to clutch up 1v4s like that, he can make whatever choices he so chooses. So now FIEND defensively trying to aggress through Hookah. We'll get a little bit of a 1v1 versus Asuna, but we'll back away as the rest of the 100 Thieves squad will attack over through A mid. Dicey up close and personal. Right click not going to connect Nitro there for the instant trade plus one more. Alexander, can you do more? He's able to find himself a double FIEND. One more on the opposite side of the map will lead to a 2v1 for Moon Raccoons.
I have the spike.
The situation should be feeling pretty good now. The only thing that 100 Thieves have to work with is the fact that they have a free site on their own. Moon Raccoons, last two surviving members, did start over towards the B in terms of defaults here. FIEND and Profi. FIEND no stranger to very late game scenarios, late round scenarios where there's very low numbers here. And there's not a lot to work with. Unfortunately for Hiko, he's down to just 100 HP, and with the 2 ghosts available, a single headshot will take him down.
A lot of time off the clock already, though, and Hiko's got a recon bolt plus 2 shock darts to play with. The timing of this kill is everything, and he somehow snaps in the first, but Rebo, very fortunately, able to find the trade as quickly as he did, because Hiko nearly had a chance to snap back over and reset the last 1v1. But Moon Raccoons take this pistol here in the second half and reduce the gap just down to 3 rounds.
And by the way, Hiko, if he uses any utility there, his position would be revealed. So his best chance of winning is what I agreed with what he did there, which is to say, hey, if someone rolls up around this Tetris box that I'm standing at currently, then you can swing around and hopefully just get that connection on the headshots. And then afterwards, think about using the U-Tool, because he's still got shock darts, he's still got the recon bolt as well, so he can reveal the last guy, but knows that, I believe, Rico was on the spike itself. Unfortunately, does get traded almost instantly, so well played by, oh, it was actually Profi, sorry, well played by Profi to be able to clutch that one through for Moon Raccoons to take him the pistol.
I have the spike. Enemy mark.
100 Thieves sending 3 members to showers, trying to maybe grab this ultimate orb a bit sooner than you would anticipate. Yep, Hiko gonna grab this one freely. Do you stick with this hit is the question. FIEND is already clearing space mid-map, and he's got Rebo with him. And as Profi finds 1 kill over to A short, this is a one-dimensional hit coming off for 100 Thieves. It's coming through quickly. Dicey does well to find 2, but Profi's still alive on this site, able to find his teammates. So now a 3v2. Profi, long-range shots, goes to the ADS, now to the classic. Can't confirm the kill, but a lot of damage dealt. Steal on 12, Dicey on 20, Rebo for both. Moon Raccoons, as expected, take the follow-up round.
And just a fun stat for you, by the way, because we did talk a lot about pistols at our previous matchup with Equinox and FaZe, but 100 Thieves and Moon Raccoons as well. Fun fact here is Moon Raccoons have won 100% of the pistols. They won every single pistol so far. All 6 of them did even better than Equinox. The only thing they missed out on was they missed 1 anti-eco on the first half of Ascent. Other than that, they have 11 rounds just coming from pistols over 3 maps.
Time for a field test.
Well, for Moon Raccoons, they will be coming into this gun round a bit short-sighted on the arsenal as expected, with a handful of Spectres and a Bulldog. So you feel like for 100 Thieves, not only is a round that you need to win, but you would love to do it convincingly to start to get your economy rolling. And Moon Raccoons looks like they're going to gamble and not just play aggressively through Hookah, they're going to stack this site with 4 defenders.
Let's see if they get the action in their way. 100, or Steel rather, possibly up for an early first blood here. It's just Profi by himself for now. We'll fall off that location. And that's good info, by the way. Does pull an extra player. Rebo's going to come that way as well. Now 3 players from Moon Raccoons checking over towards B ramps. Asuna is there. Asuna gets traded. Nitro comes back with 1. Is there going to be any more kills? There are plenty of flashes invested into this one. Dicey would love to find the kill, and love it is. As 100 Thieves make it 3 and 3.
Really tight moment there. Dicey not quite locking down the shots cleanly, but gets the last opportunity to even up the numbers. 3v3 to go. Spike collected. Alexander still considering if he wants to challenge through Hookah. It would be a risky one, but he's got Rebo with him, and 100 Thieves have picked up the spike and now moved their way over to B long.
30 seconds
This will
left.
leave both defenders relatively isolated in Hookah, but them stacked together with weaker weaponry could provide for some team shots, and 100 Thieves are actually going to back away, take the teleporter, and now they have to commit to A. There's only 15 seconds left in the round.
And this is where Profi can do some damage. If Profi gets any kills here, just 1, just 2, slowing
10
things
seconds
down, he'll
left.
stop the plant. It's enough. You must go to the plant now. 100 T have no
Spike down.
choice. Spikes on the ground. That's going to be the round. Profi for 3 cleans it up.
Beautiful job by Profi. Just sticking his ground over towards A was obviously well commended, but beyond that, like you mentioned, the fact that he's trusted to watch that hit through showers. Any kill is a good kill. Even better when you can find all 3, though, we'll say. And with that, now Profi has earned himself up the Hunter's Fury to potentially use in this following round, of which Moon Raccoons taking the unexpected round, obviously off of the lighter buy situation, holding on to the SMGs from the round previous. They are going to be looking at 100 Thieves on another eco. They are going to tie this game likely up here.
Get out of my way!
Yeah, and better of all, Moon Raccoons now going to make up for that early deficit from the earlier map. I believe it's Ascent, that first half where they dropped the empty eco. Now they get that plus the extra third round bonus as well. You love to see it with your Moon Raccoons right now. Dicey get flashed up, traded a bunch of knives. Now it's just down to the one Blade Storm knife for 46 HP.
Fiend deals with the Aldra, pushes through the Blaze Wall, only a touch of damage, not that much. And 100 Thieves, they've got Asuna pushed through Hookah. If you could find a first kill here in a temperature, that would be great for the effort, but the problem is, like you mentioned, the fact that Dicey's only got a single blade left. Nice paint shells coming through, but teleporting away for his temperature to at least keep his life for now. And 100 Thieves will have to consider how they want to hit this. Is it going to be that full flood through Hookah to open things up? It sure seems that way, but Temperature is able to respond to Asuna. Now Fiend is here watching the same angle. Shots won't connect for a kill, but 100 Thieves are really hard-pressed to make this 4v5 come through unless someone can make a play. Alexander is able to find 2 kills defensively. Profi coming to the teleporter to pinch behind Hookah. Not going to be needed as Fiend cleans things up, and Moon Raccoons hold solidly on the hill.
Bunch of pistol upgrades there for Moon Raccoons there. It did maybe get a little bit dicey in terms of not the play, but the HP bars on some of the players, including, well, funny enough, Dicey was on very low HP as well, wasn't he, as we go into the next round now. Thinking about the situation for 100 Thieves. No Blaze Storm, obviously, but Nitro and Hiko both have ultimates available. Steel 2 away from the lockdown. Steel, by the way, buying down to 0 here against the Sentinel players that always have to buy so much utility, so doesn't have the money to play with here. Dicey has a little bit more concern that he did use the Blaze Storm early, and this is an important round. 100 T don't win this one. They're going to be down 6 rounds this half.
Very early run it back coming out for Moon Raccoons. Defensively, that's actually pushed up B long. Nobody from 100 Thieves is here, but with that information coming out of Alexander, both of the other defensive members for Moon Raccoons are going to immediately go back over to A. Aggressive play for Fiend and Profi happening over towards Showers, gets punished immediately. Now the Hunter's Fury going to come through. Also able to confirm off the damage that was dealt, and Hiko connects onto 1-4 plus the kill. What? Beautiful execution here for 100 Thieves, and now it's just down to Alexander 1v5. Not a lot of utility to use since the run it back has now been expended.
And everything goes wrong for Moon Raccoons here. They had a 2-stack over towards Showers. Fiend dies straight away. And the rest of them just fall. Hiko connects like every single shot coming through from the Hunter's Fury. Dicey will not allow Alexander to even get on site. And suddenly, it ends up being a flawless round for 100 Thieves in a situation where their money was looking low. They were at a 4-round deficit for just this half, looking at only this half so far. But now, as we kind of zoom out a little bit, it's 9 and 8 overall. They're going to walk through with a bunch of money in the bank right now. Fiend will purchase up an operator. He's 1 away from the Empress, so may consider a situation like this. Let me paint you a picture here. Fiend gets 1 kill on the operator, gives the operator away, picks up a rifle, and then goes towards the Empress if required.
It's just been so strange for 100 Thieves. I hesitated to mention it, but the fact of the matter is you only have 1 flash for this offense. You've got the paranoia, and that's really about it. So everything has to come on the backside of information from your Sova to hit, or the trust that your Jett and your Raze can find value for first bloods. And the first 4 rounds, they didn't really have any of that going right for them. But this time around, you get the opening kill off the Hunter's Fury. Things look better. Defensively, Moon Raccoon's going to spend theirs. Hundreds, no, actually, how about that? Steel's able to sidestep away for it. Thought for a second he was going to get connected onto. Asuna, last pack will find a bit of damage as he pushes through the cyber cage, as the spike will be planted behind this. Fiend with the operator, hoping for some shots to line up for him, but there is none available. Profi has to be trusted to push forward. He'll find the first kill in the retake. The lockdown now in place. No Hunter's Fury to deal with it, so you've got to find these kills quickly, and they're not really able to do it as Nitro finds himself a double. Last ones left are Alexander and Fiend, and they're stuck in heaven at the moment.
Swap weapons and go for the Empress. This is really tiring, I gotta tell you, Alan. You need to be looking towards win conditions here for Moon Raccoons. It looks like they're gonna walk away from this one. The lockdown, very effective from Steel. Locks away all the Moon Raccoons. The only way for Moon Raccoons to really challenge that one would be actually to go for the kill to Killjoy, get the lockdown destroyed, and that would require a lot of resources. It would require a lot coming through for the Moon Raccoons to actually confirm it. But they don't want to risk the operator. Very expensive gun. Want to take the one through towards the next round. And 100 T now, 10 to 8, 2 away. Or rather, yeah, 2 forward and 2 away from committing towards the match points. And then, obviously, at that point in time, Moon Raccoons will be in a lot of trouble. So, let's see how they handle this one. This Fiend still does have an operator. Does he want to keep it, though? Because, again, the Empress is there. So, my personal feeling on this one would be to swap guns with somebody.
Well, he's going to trust the operator at least to start. We'll see if that swap does come through. We haven't seen... I feel like every time we get a chance to cast this team together, though, Avril, that is like the talking point that you've been harping on the most, is the fact that FIEND, whenever he plays the Empress, it usually comes through in rounds that you feel like needed to come through sooner.
It's every Empress player. Trust me, if Asuna was on Empress right now, I wouldn't shut up about it either. So both teams going to get it.
Okay.
Every player's going to get it, trust me. If you play Reyna incorrectly in my eyes, you're going to get it.
FIEND is very aggressive by himself. It actually catches Dicey off of a tailwind. A little bit of comical relief off that one, but a good first blood for Moon Raccoons. And now all of a sudden 100 Thieves, who were positioning, hoping that Moon Raccoons would get aggressive somewhere defensively, are going to have to work their way through a 4v5.
If you play that moment in reverse, it looks like Dicey was trying to dash away from the shot, which would have been the correct thing. But no, that was comical indeed. 100 Thieves now setting up for a massive push over towards Showers. It's not being watched. Asuna got to buy some time over from B, maybe sell that fake over there. FIEND really wants to look towards Showers, and somehow Asuna just dunks on ALEKSANDAR. That's a three-pointer right there.
We saw that paint shells come out. We saw ALEKSANDAR before we swapped off his POV. He looked at it and then wasn't able to get away from it. Is astonishing, to say the least. Recon Bolt will come down. FIEND will deal with it.
Left.
3 members for 100 Thieves. Right outside Showers. Sending the Leer through to make sure that the dark cover does not block line of sight, can reposition, but the Paranoia will now deter his line of sight. Now it's Steel on the first one, and FIEND able to find one pick. Hiko working the other side, but this is a really tight situation. No one can clear off FIEND. He's going to use the dismiss. Temperature able to find the freest kill of his Valorant career. And we go 9-10. Moon Raccoons in a great position.
Good recovery as well. Again, they just lost to a Flawless. To come back to this is definitely much needed. Or a Flawless did come through at some point earlier. Point being here is that Moon Raccoons are in a much better situation now, at least economically. 9-10 is still competitive. You wouldn't want 100 Thieves to get too much of an advantage here. Very close map, though. I mean, we get very far away from the fact that you had this 13-5 blowout on Ascent. I'm glad to see a team like 100 Thieves recover from that.
Shadows traveling.
Big round coming up here, though. Pivotal one is weapons will still be purchased. Essentially a full gun round considered. And this one very well could turn the tides of this entire matchup. Again, on the line is not just the map, but a potential to get punched in and locked in for the closed qualifier. Top 16 teams from this open qual will make it into that group stage format. And Temperature is going to be trusted to try to lock things down. He's had a slow start so far on this map. Well, I guess I can't really consider it a start, as we're 20 rounds in, but he needs to be instrumental in this impending defense that's going to have to come through.
Steel maybe trying to buy some time over towards the A side of things. Look how far pushed up, by the way, that FIEND is. That's good information, but they're losing members on B now. This is where Moon Raccoons has to think about rotating members over. They're going to lose B any second. Our drone sees both players over towards Elbow, and that should be the hit command through.
Blazewall will block line of sight, but oh, Alexander nearly can't lock down the shots.
Spike.
He gets the last bullet to connect. That's the Spike down, but Dicey for the trade. Spike will be picked up, and now Steel's on the rotation through Hookah. Rebo, the last player
left.
trusted to hold this down defensively. Quickly on the rotation is seen through Hookah, but can't find the kill onto Steel. Just down to Rebo from the elbow. Spike gonna come through, planted successfully. No shots to line up for Rebo whatsoever. And a pivotal round in this matchup goes the way of 100 Thieves, up 11-9.
Steel, by the way, wins the duel over towards Hookah versus FIEND coming on through, so yeah, unfortunately that flank is going to work out either. Decent kills coming through from Moon Raccoons, but they just overcommitted over towards A. They had early information that at least over towards Showers nothing was happening. You could honestly expect that FIEND should have pushed up even further. If you pushed up through Showers into what is that open teleporter lobby area, then you should just keep going. Go towards market, go towards short, see what you can find. Steel was there waiting, but Steel wasn't looking. So, I mean, could have been an extra kill, could have been more info. I just don't think Moon Raccoons were particularly prepared for the hit coming on in. FIEND is also not going to see anybody through ramp, so potentially more plays from Moon Raccoons will rotate over towards A.
Enemy tag.
Hiko gonna clear out some space with the Owl drone through the middle. Blade Storm for Dicey. And 100 Thieves look like they're primed to hit the go call on this execute, but Moon Raccoons is here and in full force. Now coming through, Temperature for 1. That'll do well to keep Lamp safe. Beyond that, Dicey can't get anything with the Blade Storm. A 3-for-1 trade in favor of Moon Raccoons. Now a 4v2 defensively for them. Still tons of time to play with, mind you, and they still have the spike, but on the flank, you can see the defensive Reyna of FIEND have taken away a lot of the space mid-map, and this is a reset that 100 Thieves is not really all that particularly interested in. 2v4 makes life extremely difficult, and it's not looking like one that they're going to be able to really kind of step away from. They're going to have to commit or save here.
What's FIEND doing? He's really gone cold feet here. He actually had the opportunity to not only flank, but if you don't want to do the flank because it could be risky, hold the angle into market because 100 Thieves are going to push into you. You'll get a kill. You'll just dismiss away. That's fine.
30
We'll
seconds
now
left.
allow 100 Thieves to rotate back in, and I believe this is going to be a save. So yeah, it's not going to happen here for 100 T, but 23 seconds left to go. I lie. They might actually decide to go. There's not a lot of time though.
Well, they're going to the right spike site. Pending that FIEND misses his shot, it's going to be all into temperature. He's going to
10
hold the
seconds
operator
left.
for now. Patient play. FIEND for one, temperature locks the other. Beautiful play for Moon Raccoons, but again, it's just off the simple fact that the trades were so favorable on 100 Thieves opening hit early in the round towards A.
And what I learned about that round as well, that Temperature prefers the Prime Vandal over the Elder Flame Vandal as we head into now. 10 rounds for Moon Raccoons. Operator still in the hands of FIEND. Emperor still in the hands of FIEND. 100 T. Not a great money situation. Steel looking towards the Guardian even. Nitro hasn't bought armor yet. Has enough money to go towards it if he wants to.
I will be their nightmare.
11 to 10, and what is essentially,
Cover
you
going
could
out.
argue, almost a force buy here for 100 Thieves. They're going to bring a Guardian to the mix with light armor, and it looked like another AR player was left on light armor as well, so an important one here.
Asuna.
FIEND is going to just duck underneath the spam shots from the Guardian, and for 100 Thieves, you've got the lockdown to play off of, and that might be their execute call here for this round, depending on how they want to set this one up. There is a Hunter's Fury, though, to be considerate of if you're 100 Thieves on the side of Moon Raccoons.
Opening shot misses from FIEND. Lair to escape as well. Dicey's going to go in here. 100 Thieves haven't used the lockdown just yet. They want to think about this one a little bit longer. Could commit this one over through the lamp. Certainly does do so. Should be a counter though.
Oh,
You see
boy.
Profi will just destroy it.
Well, and it's one of those things that with everyone stacked up over towards Lamp, Profi's actually able to grab a connection onto Steel. So Rebo looking to threaten. Hiko gets a shock dart off on the temp. That's over towards the right side of the A site. The
TP.
spike never committed. It's going to TP out. And the only player who's here defensively is ALEKSANDAR. The Neurofet will be able to scout out some of the positions, but this is a lot of trust that your Phoenix player has his full kit to play with the exception of the ultimate. And Hiko is not fully just rushed in and committed. 30 seconds left. ALEKSANDAR will put the Blaze Wall down in one position. Profi here to help out is taking down Steel. 100 Thieves is going to be caught in hookah. Profi now with the shock dart for another. Dicey by themselves in a 1v4, and this is an expensive round for 100D. ALEKSANDAR will clean it up, and now Moon Raccoons, yeah, we're tied 11-11, but they're going to have a huge advantage coming forward what will hopefully be the 12th round for them.
I'm going to be honest, Chef. This is going to go 12 for Moon Raccoons just on equipment value alone. 100T had no money here. They're going to have to play for either a force buy or the potential giveaway 12 to Moon Raccoons, play for the final round of the half and go for the OT. This would be the second overtime in this series so far. Haven went 15-13 in favor of 100 Thieves. Right now, they're evened up. They're about to be trailing unless 100 Thieves pull through massively on this now eco offense where they probably have to speed up. That's really their only hope. I mean, they need Dicey rolling in. They need to work the paranoia. That's all they got to work with. Probably really close.
Oh, boy. Okay. Temperature is able to find the first, but yeah, Profi nearly gives away a weapon for free here. 100 Thieves in a 4v5 again, not the weapons you want.
Out of charges.
But they are looking to commit to this. They do have the ability for a Hunter's Fury if they can get the plant down. Tricky positioning there for Asuna as he tries to double blast back forward. Nothing going to come through, and no kills to speak of whatsoever for 100 Thieves. Flawless defensively for Moon Raccoons, and the last hope for 100 Thieves coming forward. If they want to send this to overtime, if they want to punch that ticket to potentially get into the top 16 and make the close qualifiers, they need to win this round here.
We'll talk right now. This is where it gets serious. 100 Thieves, if they lose this round, if they lose this map, especially this attacking half, and they have been losing this attacking half, it's been 8-3. Look at this half alone. It's because their composition does not attack well.
Not a flash to be found inside the paranoia, yeah.
The Raze is good. I mean, the Raze is fine. I don't mind that one. Yeah, I think the Jett does wonders as well, potentially, but I think you're right. You need one flash in here. I'm thinking dropping the Jett might have been the right call here, but Dicey is such a Jett man. It's just not going to happen. Look at the defense. Profi's pushed up as well. Operator in hand, sees nothing. Will drone it out. If they catch info here, they're going to know something's up in hookah. They know at least 2 people are in hookah. They know Nitro's here. They know Hiko's here. And if they see Asuna, that's 3.
Profi doesn't find an angle to find a gunfight though. Showstopper coming out early for 100 Thieves. This is gonna be a commitment. Asuna trying to find a kill. He doesn't find it onto Profi. What just happened right there? The sheriff kill for Profi's in the mix, but how does he stay alive through the Showstopper? Temp is gonna clear some space. He's gonna go back over to A. More confusion coming through. Fiend from the flank. Not going to be able to get a kill as he trusted the ghost instead of the operator. Avril's mind is about to explode considering the fact they didn't have a rifle throughout this round. And Hiko and the rest of 100 Thieves are going to get a plant off somehow.
This is still, I mean, 100 Thieves might have just locked this one up. Temperature has to go large here. He's been spotted, gets one kill, but Hiko will confirm it. And 100 Thieves take us to the second overtime of the series.
Overtime.
Fiend doesn't know how to play the Empress. He doesn't pick up a rifle. That aside, though, I mean, this round looked like it was possibly going to go more towards Moon Raccoons. Asuna misses a showstopper point blank.
I don't know
how. Even
how.
happened? How is it even possible? Profi lives through it like, okay, I don't know. I got the flak jacket on or something, and what is going on? This is crazy. Fiend's finally walked away from that operator. Look, if you wanted to play the operator, Profi just picked up the operator. You could have given the operator over to Profi, picked up a rifle. There's so much that I felt like Moon Raccoons could look towards that round, but they were given an opportunity. Unfortunately, it doesn't work out for them, and we will go to overtime again.
Sloppy round 24, but we're in overtime. It will be Moon Raccoons on the offense first. Dicey is going to make the commitment to purchase up the operator and check side B long. Not going to find the information. Moon Raccoons, as traditional as they've been when it comes to their offensive hit, again, continue to put a lot of pressure over towards Shower.
Win by 2 here. By the way, because Dicey picks up an operator at 5k price point. No extra util, no armor. No one has ultimates here. You have to get a multi-kill. That alarm bot will at least notify one. It's going to pull Dicey over. So, can we make some moves happen before Dicey gets here?
Only one curveball for Alexander to play with as well when you talk about flash utility. Orb just in case. Again, it only takes 6 charges overall for the run it back. Dicey holding this angle. Here comes the curveball play. Dark cover first, curveball second, and Dicey still gets the connection. Incredible steal up close. He finds one and a second. Looking for number 3. Still able to triple up. Profi now, last one left alive for a 1v5.
And already you're thinking about the next round. Profi, he's decent, but he's not 1v5 decent versus 100 Thieves. Certainly not versus Dicey, who through the smoke is going to get these kills through, the flash,
Switching
even
sides.
through multiple different pieces
Match
of utility.
point.
It was a lair and the curveball, I believe. Now the match point is certainly found for 100 Thieves. If 100 Thieves win this one, it has been a slog through all 3 maps. 2 OTs, a super one-sided crushing defeat versus this team on Ascent as well. Then finally pull on through. 100T, if they, again, this is going to be nuts if they actually make it through. It would also be pretty nuts if Moon Raccoons make it through. What I can say is that Moon Raccoons are far more favored on this defense because 100 Thieves, we've noted how difficult their attacks have been. Let's see if they can pull it through.
Fiend again with the operator.
He's only got 1 dismiss or devour, by the way.
I was about to say that he's only got the single charge. He's not going to have the ability to be as nearly versatile as you normally expect from a Reyna. 100 Thieves committing some resources over towards a shower. The thing is, Rebo actually has a spy cam placed to try to read this hit. And the rest of 100 Thieves are actually still stacked up mid-map. They have not at all committed to this.
It's just Profi over B as well. This 100T, they look like they're going to lean towards B now. Nitro taking Spike in that direction.
The eyes are down.
Steel gets Rebo as well. This attack is going pretty good for 100 Thieves. Moon Raccoons got impatient there. They wanted to find info, and Steel is rewarded with a freebie.
Yeah, I mean, you've got the cam set up to check that angle for you. I am 100% in agreement with you. That was just too antsy of a play from Rebo. So now a 5v4 for 100 Thieves offense. Steel finds another. That's on the Fiend over towards A. He's going to bait out the lockdown. But Profi hasn't fallen for this. Alexander will find the kill. Now it's on the other side. Profi, can you find a kill? No, we cannot. Nitro gets the easy one. Now down to 10. He's going to get 1, but not a second. 3v1. It's all down to Alexander. He's on the site. Has all of his kit to play with. Gets a headshot, but can't figure out the final bullet for the kill. Now low health pools. This is doable. Sidesteps the paranoia,
Flash miss.
has one more shot
Flash
coming
miss.
through. He's got a blaze wall, has to run it back as well. Baits out the defuse. 1v3, and the blaze wall kills Dicey ALEKSANDAR for 4. What an absolutely clutch ice moment for ALEKSANDAR.
Hot hands, but ice cold veins there. 2 bullets.
Switching
2
sides.
bullet shift.
Overtime.
I can't believe what I just saw there. And Dicey, what's going on here? Just slowly shift walks through the firewall. Like, come on, you can't be doing that. Wait for the wall to go down. The blaze wall doesn't last that long. It's not going to last long enough that it will allow ALEKSANDAR to get the defuse. It's not going to happen. You can wait for the wall to come down, but I don't know, man. Zoomer attention spans just go straight in for it.
Maybe just underestimating the damage that blaze wall does. I mean, that's the first time I've seen a blaze wall kill. I'm not even gonna lie to you, Avril.
Like, yeah,
Not
who
even
walks
gonna
into
lie.
it? Who died to it? Like, it's like getting killed by a turret. Like, just don't.
Oh boy. Everything resets now. Moon Raccoons. Another clutch moment for them as we get more battles between drone v drone flying.
Oh, this
Oh,
series,
boy.
dude. Oh, I'm losing my mind right now for good and bad reasons. Mostly good, though, because that clutch was exciting. I did not believe ALEKSANDAR was going to do it. I'm going to calm down for a moment, though, because let's focus on this round. 13-13 as a reminder. Again, Haven went 15-13. Are we going to go longer than that? Are we going to finish 15-13 again? Is this going to go 14-14? It's a very long map so far. You do favor 100 Thieves in the defense. They have a defensive advantage, and there it is, instant kill.
Oh, but Asuna played pretty aggressively, will be dealt with. So even trades thus far, and you know where the threat of the operator now is, and able to get out of B long. So everyone's going to take the teleporter over. Defensively, you're looking at what is going to be Nitro and Steel over towards A initially. Dicey's on the rotation, and there's only 30 seconds to play. And with the spike sitting over towards A showers, this is going to be an A commitment. Nitro able to find 1 kill mid-map. Steel trying to find some spam shots. It's Dicey who finds the kill first. Now over long range over towards A mid. That's another kill, and it's once again down to ALEKSANDAR. He's got more low health pulls in front of him. No way in hell does he clutch this up, and he nearly gets a second kill on the Steel to reset the 1v1. But 100 Thieves will survive, but I use the word survive selectively.
Match point.
I'm going to tell you this right now. The winner of this will depend on who can win on the half they're not favored on. Both teams are favored on defense. 100 Thieves defense has been rock solid. Even just look at the round distribution here on the summary in the middle of your screen. What is that? It's a 5-7, 8-4 versus another 8-4. That tells you everything about how these teams have played their offensive and defensive halves. So, one of these two teams is going to have to come out and win a half they're not supposed to win.
I mean, we're threatening on this match becoming an instant classic, but maybe not for the best reasons, as there have been a couple of moments that really should not have happened. Brilliant curveball for ALEKSANDAR, but he only gets one. Now Temperature, he's trying to convert the spam shots. Last bullet will connect to the Nitro, and Moon Raccoons will come out with a favorable trade, looking at now a 4v3 defensive start.
Yep, and losing Nitro is the kick in the balls here as well. Asuna will bring one back, but you don't have any smoke, so if this is the big problem for your take, what you can do is you can rush onto a site with both your Jett and your Raze, just jump packing in, dashing in. Hiko will give you some shock arrow and recon arrow assistance, but with no flash available, no paranoia, no smokes, 100T really are disadvantaged on this now attack. Moon Raccoons should be able to win it. The only problem is they've gambled the wrong site, and it's just down to Rebo to hold for now.
I just don't understand, if you're Profi, why do you challenge that? You've got a 4v3 situation. You need that utility to hold off the spike site if the rotation comes out. So now it's just down to Rebo. He's already lost his cyber cage. His spy cam will find him some intel. He's able to win one gunfight, but Dicey gets to respond to the tap. Not enough ammunition for Rebo to win the gunfight. No reload there whatsoever, so now it's just down to FIEND from behind, trying to keep Moon Raccoons alive. Spike planted. Tap shots will not connect as Dicey safely plants behind the container, and you've got none other than Hiko playing from B long and wood. This is a really tough ask. No Leers, does have 4 charges of the soul orbs to play with, but you got to find a kill first. He's going to get a 1v1. The angle's being held. He finds the kill. Immediately goes for the heal. Recon bolt will come through, gets it to halfway. Now the challenge coming through. Hiko through the wall. Will convert the recon bolt. Was never dealt with. 100 Thieves survive through another overtime, and they will break into the top 16.
15-13 again. It is heartbreak for Moon Raccoons. They cannot get the upset. Plenty of matches have been upset today, but Moon Raccoon versus 100 Thieves is not going to be one of them. Congrats to 100 Thieves for clutching on through. It's the veterancy. It's the experience. It's the older players on the team that know how to handle those late games.